Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Real Estate Happy Hour. This is the Facebook Live edition. I did one live last week by myself. This time, I got my guest and my wife, Miss Donna Wright, with Premium Mortgage and the CEO of the Wright family.
Woohoo! It's me. Hello.
So Donna's not very she's not very savvy with the whole camera thing, so she may be looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's really hard. I'm looking at my double chin right now.
Women look at themselves instead of looking at the camera.
I see where all the filler needs to go.
So it is happy hour, so we have our beverages,
Cheers.
our adult beverages. Cheers. So I did a part one today of the Real Estate Happy Hour. It was about the top 10 pet peeves of mortgage loan originators. And it's funny because I talked to a few friends of mine. I'll be keep their names private, and I don't want them to lose any customers, but I'm a real estate agent. But because I'm representing, or Donna is representing Premium Mortgage, we'll keep it clean. We'll keep it above board. Claudia, don't worry about it. If you see this, I got you. And all you bigwigs in Rochester will make sure that we don't embarrass your company. And by the way, Premium Mortgage is a great company. We work closely with them at Oxford Property Group. We consider them partners. Anyway, Donna, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, Donna right here. So I'm obviously Chris's wife. I work for Premium Mortgage, and my title right now is Licensed Customer Care Specialist. I am still licensed as a mortgage loan originator, and the reason for that is that I can speak to our potential borrowers about programs, rates, information on their application, their credit report, etc., things like that. So I stay licensed. I am, technically licensed as a mortgage loan originator, but I'm not doing that actual job as a mortgage loan originator.
Right, because as she'll tell you, she tried her hand in mortgage loan originating. It's a tough job, isn't it?
Very tough. Oh,
It's a tough job.
It was. I was trying to think of an expression, because I like expressions sometimes, and I always get it wrong. You remember, like, cool, what was it? You're cool as a cucumber. I never heard of that in my 50 years of my life till last year. But, and I thought about today, I'm like, and I hope I'm saying this right, you have to be cut by a certain cloth. That's not right, is it?
No.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Cut from a certain cloth.
No, it's something from a cloth, like is it fabric? No. You have to be cut. Anyways, you got to have that special something.
This is what I deal with every day,
And,
trying to figure that out.
To be a mortgage loan originator, I thought I had that, and I kind of do in a way, but, I think my emotions got into stuff, and, I think everything I took to heart too much, so you really got to have like a strong will and a tough background to be a loan originator. I think I have some of it, but I do love the mortgage industry. I really do. I like the mortgage industry, but I didn't technically like the being a loan originator, and it happens. It's not for everyone.
But you like what you do now.
I love what I do now. I am really happy with my job.
So what do you do?
So the thing is when I said I don't want to be a loan originator anymore, I went through that whole scenario and everything. I was like, I hate sales. I'm not a salesperson. I don't do sales.
Not sales.
I cannot do sales. I can't sell. Here's another expression: a chocolate ice cream cone to somebody in a white dress. I don't know these expressions, but you know what I get at, right? He could do it. I couldn't. So I was just like, that's it. I'm gonna go back. I'll go back in the classroom. I'll go back to Montessori. We used to work at Mona Montessori, which was one of my other favorite jobs. But I decided to stay in the mortgage industry, and this job came along, and I'm actually doing the same thing I'm doing, but I'm doing more lead generation.
Right.
So I am calling Zillow leads, I'm calling Trulia leads, and I talk to people all day long, and I really enjoy doing that, and I try to bring as much business as I can to Premium and to our loan originators.
And so you help the loan originators with their customers,
I help the loan
right?
originators with their customers. So basically, I'll call up, I'll get them on the phone, which is the hardest part. We'll do an application, we'll run their credit, we'll go over their credit report, I gather any necessary documents if I need those. And once everything's put together, I hand it off to the loan originator and they take it from there. And then I start over again with the next person. So I like what I'm doing, so
Good.
it's nice. I have my own office, which is really nice.
She has her own office. So let me tell you about the own office thing. So
very excited about my
I
own
went to
office.
a real estate mixer one time, and people said, "Hey, Chris, I met your wife for the first time tonight, and she showed me her office." So there. So if you ever go to visit Donna, it's all
Come
about
see
the
my
office.
I have my name on it too. It's amazing.
I went and had lunch there last week, so that was really cool.
nice.
So tell us about the people that work at Premium. Who's there?
So Claudia Padillo, she is our branch manager. So she's there. We have Jonathan Wagner, which I'm sure a lot of you know. Jeff Dorrance.
Yeah.
Kristen Camber.
Okay.
Angela Conklin, who just had a baby. So she's out on maternity leave now, but she just got her license a few months ago or so, I think. But so I'm actually doing some of her job, which is kind of keeping me really busy during the week, but it's great. And who else is there? So there's a few loan officers I haven't met yet because they haven't been in the office.
Okay.
But we have a big event, Turning Stone next week, for some training. So I'm sure I'll meet all those guys out there. But those are the main people that are in there, along with some of our processors and underwriters.
Great. So we're going to jump right into talking about mortgages and loans and things like that. So the number one concern with a lot of people who want to apply for a mortgage is their credit. Now, you guys have some type of instrument in your company where you help people repair their credit, right?
We do. We have our credit guy.
Credit guy.
Chuck. So if we pull a credit report and it looks, maybe their scores are a little low or they, have some things going on, we usually send it to him and he will review and give us some suggestions on how and how long it will take to raise your credit score.
That's awesome.
It's a great thing to have. I think it helps borrowers feel like, okay, not today, but a month or two down the road, we're good to go. Which, most people who are getting pre-qualified aren't buying tomorrow.
Right.
So if they need some work to raise their credit score, we're going to supply that to them.
Yeah.
And we will give them an estimate on how long it will take and an estimate on possibly what their score will be. So it is a definite great advantage we have with that.
So what about those people out there who are just afraid? I don't believe I can get qualified for a mortgage. I'm so scared. And we try and steer them towards you guys anyway, a little bit, just to let them know, hey, any loan originator, there's nothing wrong with trying to, pull your credit, see where you are. And guess what? The worst thing that can happen is they can give you some ideas on how to repair your credit.
Right. They're, find out, learn. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to teach you and educate you on credit, on buying a home, on what's needed, the whole process from start to finish. I always said when I was a loan originator and I was, going out meeting realtors and everything, I always put, because before I was a loan originator, I worked, at Malda Montessori, and I worked with 3 to 6 year olds. So we were the younger ones. We would, hold their hand, and they would be with us until they were 6, and then they would graduate up until they went to the older classrooms.
Right.
First-time homebuyers are the same way. You
Right.
got to hold their hand. You got to educate them. You got to help them through the whole process until they sign those papers and they're a homeowner.
Right.
So it's very important to do that and find out what is going on. It doesn't hurt to dig into your finances and have somebody that you trust look at those over and give you a good recommendation on what you need to do to own a home.
Great. So I've interviewed mortgage loan originators before, and a lot of different companies are different. Is there anything special about your particular company that, why would I choose you guys as a company?
Well, one, I work there. Why else?
Donna works there. Oh, and Donna's office is there.
And my office is there. Well, we have experienced loan officers. All our loan officers have been in the industry for a very long time. They're constantly educated, trainings all the time. We're always up to date on everything. We're very responsive. We stay on top of things, and we get our people closed.
Yeah. And Jeff Dorrance is a dancer?
Jeff Dorrance has some soul in his stuff. I hope he's watching. I seen him do the little cha-cha slide. Oh, that was the best one. But, you know, they're a great bunch of people, you know, and they're very knowledgeable. You know, Kristen Camber, she makes me laugh every day when she's in the office.
Did you know Kristen Camber goes to raves? She goes to electronic.
You told me that.
Yeah, she likes electronic dance music.
EDM.
You know, if you don't know what that is, that's like Tiesto. You know, boom, 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 boom.
I made her a vision board with some EDM stuff on there.
Exactly. So, just if you know Kristen, next time you see her, just do this.
Yeah.
She'll know what you mean. All right. So, you know what? So, part one today, I did a part one of top 10 loan originators' pet peeves. And these aren't bad things, guys. This is education to try and help you that when you're going through the loan process, things to help your loans go through faster, that you won't be an obstacle, like getting your own way, as they say. So, Donna, you talk as a customer service person or customer care, you try to help people avoid these steps. Like, number one of the pet peeves was incomplete documents from clients, causing delays in the loan process.
Right.
Tell me how that incomplete documents affect the loan process.
Oh, it's, well, a lot of people again, I'm going to go back when I was a loan originator because this is where we were. You know, you would ask, you know, months worth of pay stubs, your last W-2s, last 2 months of bank statements, driver's license. Pictures, you know, your bank statements are, you know, some of them are 7 to 8 pages long. They'd be missing pages or they'll be blurry. They'll be cut off. It just doesn't work. You know, there's a great scan app on your phone.
Yep, there is.
Download it. It's free. You take the pictures. It automatically makes it a PDF. You save it. You send it to your realtor. Send it to your loan officer. You can email it to them.
Right.
Most of the time, and I think now because of compliance, there is a direct link that most loan officers send that you send directly to your application. Still, I mean, just last week I had it was one of Kristen's customers. You know, she's been doing a lot of traveling for work, so I've been, you know, helping her, and she's like, can you, you know, call me? He's having a little trouble uploading docs. So I call him, and he's like, I thought I was good at this, but I'm not. And come to find out, he works at Curtis Lumber, which is literally 5 minutes down the road from me. So I'm like, when are you working again? Because I'm actually working from home that day. And he's like, oh, I'm off today, but I'll be in tomorrow. I said, I live 5 minutes away. Let me come down. I'll show you. So I went to his job and showed him, you know. So, you know, it's just a matter of, you know, give us clear, precise documents. Let us see your pay stubs clearly. And make sure all the pages are there. Even if it's a blank page in your pay stub, in your bank statement, you need to show us that because we don't know what's on that blank page, you know.
And if you don't have all those documents that you need, then it just delays the loan.
It does. It will delay it. You know, for us, we do the application. We base your pre-qualification off your application.
Right.
You know, once you go under contract, we're going to have those documents sent in. So you want to have your documents ready.
Okay.
You want to be ready. You want to know, I need these 2 months of bank statements. You know, I know what I need to do. If you don't know how to do it, you know, consult with your loan officer. They will help you. They will tell you, you know, how to download these things, how to get them. You can go to the bank and ask for them, whatever needs to be done. But always ask. Don't ever be afraid to ask your loan officer anything.
Awesome. So the other one was clients not disclosing all financial information accurately.
Yeah.
And that leads to complications later. So like I said, some people don't tell you that they have, I got $10,000 for a down payment. It's not in the bank, but it's under my mattress. Might be in a shoebox under the bed. Or my aunt's going to help me with this, but they don't tell you until the last minute. I'm getting my down payment for my uncle who lives in Colorado. Tell me how that affects the process as well.
Well, it could really mess up your whole qualification. All right. So, you know, that's why we ask for bank statements. You're going to tell me you have $10,000 saved in a checking account or a savings account or wherever you may have it. We want to see it. We want to see that proof. Cash doesn't work. You can't source it. So cash is off the table. So if you don't have the funds, we need to show the funds. So it's just going to delay the process. So be honest. Do you have the funds? Do you not have the funds? If you don't, that's okay. But you have to let us know that, because you can get a gift from a family member. You can do seller concessions. You can finance some of your closing costs to help with your out-of-pocket. So there's ways to help with that, but you have to be upfront and honest about everything. You don't want to hide stuff. You don't want to change your job in the middle of a transaction, or take out another credit card because you are pre-approved underneath what we've seen on your credit report. So if you add something different on there or something new, it will affect it.
So lately, the next one was, lately we've seen a lot of fluctuation from 2020 to current, a lot of fluctuation in interest rates, up, down, jumping from 2.75 or 2% all the way up to 7%. And a pre-approval is good for what, about 90 days? So a pre-approval, your interest rate can ping pong in 90 days. So some people, they think the payment's going to be one thing, and then when they actually find the house and then do the actual application, the interest rate may not be the same. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the first thing a lot of people ask is, what's the interest rate? And, why do you want, I mean, I try to say this in a way where I'm like, not to worry about the interest rate today.
Right.
Even though it's the first question on their minds. I'm like, because you're not buying a house today.
Right.
You're not signing a contract on a house today.
Yeah.
So it could be whatever today, and tomorrow it could go down. It could go up. It's going to be different by the time you go under contract. So, the interest rate right now, I'm not going to quote it. Because I'm not going to.
Don't do that.
No.
Please don't do that.
No one.
I saw your show when you said it was.
Yeah.
XYZ.
I mean, because it changes. So your interest rate is going to be your interest rate the day your loan officer locks it in and you're under contract.
Good. Awesome. So another one was clients not understand the complexity of the mortgage process. There's a lot in the mortgage process. There's underwriting.
There's so
much. Much to get to the closing table. Talk about how you've been able to hold these customers at bay. Just saying, calm down, we're getting there. There's a lot of steps to this process.
Communication. That's all it is. You need to be with them. Look at Audrey's down here. Audrey wants to be on the show. You just need to be on point with them every single day if you have to.
Right.
If you have an uptight customer that is like, what is going on? You just need to be very communicative. Is that a word? That's not a word.
Yeah. Communicate. How about that?
Yes. You just need to communicate with them. You need to text them, email them, call them.
Right.
If they're waiting for something, I'm still waiting for an answer. I just want to let you know. You just have to have those communication with your borrower, and let them know, hey, this is a big purchase. You're not buying, a necklace at K Jewelers
Or Ritz Crackers.
or Ritz Crackers at Hannaford. You are buying a home, and there's a lot of ties to it, and you just have to go through the process, and you just got to assure them that, listen, if they trust you and you trust them, and everybody's a team, which is what you should be.
Yeah.
Your realtor, your loan officer, and the borrower, you should all communicate as much as possible. I tried to stay on top when I was owners with my realtors to at least keep them on top of things and let them know. I mean, I've had struggles, and they appreciate it. They appreciate, and that's when they'll keep coming back.
I love the communication piece, because there's a lot of people out there, not just loan originators, in all facets of customer service. They don't communicate well. They don't text. They don't answer their phones. We're going to talk about that later.
My sister's like that. Oh
my
God.
Yeah. They don't leave you.
She texts us in German.
Yeah, and it's across all facets of business. But communication is key, and that's all customers want. You can make a stark raving mad customer calm down just from keeping them abreast of what's going on.
Yeah.
So the next one was there in the process, delays and complications caused by third-party services such as appraisals or inspections. Like sometimes you're depending on other people to get the job done.
Well, it's part of it. When you're ordering an appraisal, you're ordering the appraisal. The appraiser has to schedule it. Appraisers are busy. very busy people. So they're not just working for you.
Right.
They're working for several different
As a
lenders.
realtor, I want them just to be working for me.
Well, that would be great.
I
Yes.
don't care about everybody
It would
else.
be great,
Do my
wouldn't it?
appraisal, get it done, and get my report back.
Right. So,
Exactly.
they
And
have
no
to...
problems. No problems in the inspection.
Exactly. You don't want no problems. But you want to understand that, as a business, they have to schedule it. They have to do the actual appraisal. And then they have to gather all their information. And it's not just taking pictures of the house. They go from top to bottom and everything and let you know what your house is worth and the value of it. And that's their main thing. So they have to go home. They have to go back home, and they probably do these reports during their family time or at night when they're after dinner or their kids are up. So it's just a process, and I get it. People are anxious, and they want that because they want to close, but it's just a process you have to go through. And if you trust, like I said, it always goes back to your lender. If you trust your lender and you have a great relationship with your lender, then you won't worry about these things.
So here was a good one. And I heard this from more than one loan originator. They hate when people are shopping around for rates after you have already pre-approved them, and they're actually sometimes even in a contract. Tell people what could happen to them while they're shopping around for rates while they're already
That's
in
the worst thing to do, because you know what they're doing? You're getting your credit pulled.
Yeah.
And your credit is going down. I'm sure it is. You don't want to do that. And
It's funny because and we've seen this.
We've seen it.
It happens.
Yes, it's happened. You just, again, everything always goes back to trusting your lender. Now, if you are going to go as far as go under contract and start, submitting your conditions and all this stuff, and then you start looking for another lender because something happened in between there.
Right.
There's just something. Like I said, it all falls back on trusting your lender. And if you do, and you have that relationship, you won't be shopping for other lenders.
But not only that.
But you don't want to do that because, number one, the interest rate is the interest rate. And number two is you're just hurting yourself. You're starting over from scratch.
But not only that, if the rates do drop while they're in contract, they can just call you and go, "Hey, loan originator,
Talk to your loan
the
originator.
rates went down."
Absolutely.
And, I just
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah, talk to them. Say, hey, what can you do for me?
Audrey.
I bet you they will help you. They will talk to you. They'll look into and see what they can do. But, if it's something you're concerned about the rate and it does drop, give them a call.
Give them a call. We can
That's all
make
you got to
it
do.
happen.
This is Odge.
Call me.
Hi, Odge.
Because if I find out you're shopping for rates,
Odge is live.
I'll just lie. There you go. All right, so the next one was clients not being proactive in providing necessary information or responding to a request promptly. That means that your loan originator is calling you for something. Hey, I need new bank statements. I need a new pay stub. I need something from you, and you're not responding. You're not answering the phone calls. You're not emailing back. You're not texting back. Talk about that. People who don't respond.
Well, it's longer to the closing table.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to do. The longer you wait, remember you have a lock. You locked your interest rate.
Rate lock. I didn't even talk
And
about that earlier. Yeah.
You're locked, let's say, for 45 days. So you want to prolong getting documents to your loan originator. And let's say a week or two goes by. There's a week or two, 14 days
Right.
that you've wasted on your lock period. So now you're knocked down to about 30 days. And now you're still starting to, it's simple things. I mean, we're not asking, it's not rocket science we're asking. It's just your basic financial info that you need to get to us as soon as possible, because what we want to do is get you closed as soon as possible. So don't delay on those things. If they call, they text you, they email you, call them back.
Now, here's one that a lot of loan originators like: unresponsive real estate agents. Those real estate agents who don't answer their phones. You go to leave a voicemail and says the voicemail box is full.
Yes.
That, or that you text them, they don't text you back. Meanwhile, you're trying to help their customer, and you're just trying to do the best job for them, but they won't respond to your emails or texts or phone numbers. How do you deal with that? What do you do?
Well,
I'd be so pissed.
the realtors, I think all the realtors I worked with, they all responded to me.
You're lucky.
For
They
the
don't
most
respond
part.
to me.
Well, I've seen some of your texts.
Yeah, maybe because
I wouldn't respond to you.
Yeah, I'm the same with the school teachers as well.
Oh my God, I smoothed that one over. Jeez.
Okay. Anyway, I just I like good customer service from everyone. I try and give it, and I expect it back.
But yeah, realtors out there, if you're listening, yeah, email, text your loan officer.
Text your loan officer.
They need you just as much as you need them. So.
Cool. All right. Next one was so this is a big one. I talked about this earlier. What type of lender are they? Is it called capture lender when they keep their own loans compared to a broker?
Like we service our own loans.
You service.
So we do our own loans.
Right.
So we're not a broker. We're a mortgage company.
And the great part about Donna's career as a writer is that she worked for both. She's worked for brokers and she's also worked for what do you call it? A loan servicer. I don't know.
For a mortgage company.
Basically, you keep your own. There's a difference because if you work with a broker,
the brokers is definitely different.
Right.
I've worked with great brokers. Hi, Joanne. I hope she's watching, but I've learned a lot from Joanne and of course Nancy too. Mm-hmm. So,
but the thing is, what I was saying about that, this is important because there are. I was saying this in the first podcast, in the part one of this. There's overlays. Is that the word? No.
I heard you say overlays a few times in that.
Because I wasn't, and I hope Joanna, someone corrects me on this. Like when you're working with, if you're a broker, you work with different lenders. Right? You decide which lender.
Well,
you're
I
going
guess
to go with. Like,
your overlays is going to really depend upon your credit score.
Right. And guidelines. There's other underwriting
some guidelines.
Right.
Depending upon where you are with a credit score. Mm-hmm. If you have a lower credit score, there could be some overlays.
But that overlay can change from company to company. Like one company may have certain overlays, another company may have different. I've heard.
Well, I've
heard broker owners say to me, "Oh, I don't really like that lender because they have too many overlays." So they'll work with.
Yes, I've heard that too. Right? I mean, brokers can shop with different lenders. That's what a broker does. They have multiple lenders they work with. We in-house our loans.
So let me get to the whole point of that overlay discussion. Because sometimes it's out of your control when the loan goes sideways because there's unclear or changing underwriting guidelines and overlays those belong to the lender, not necessarily you, the loan originator. So sometimes you have to communicate that to
it's not
other people.
Me that was giving you that. It's not the loan originator that's saying, hey, you owe us, you got to show another $3,000 in your bank account, let's just say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not me, your loan originator. Not that I'm a loan originator, but you know what I'm saying. It's not your loan originator that's saying it. It's a guideline that was in there. And most of the time, and the only reason that would change is if they had to repull your credit and your credit score went down or something affected your credit score and then, boom, there's an overlay. But if it wasn't there in the initial pull and nothing damaging has happened to your credit, there really shouldn't be any worries about an overlay.
Okay.
Unless, like I said, they have to repull credit. I mean, I could be wrong on that too. I'm not, I've only been in this business for a couple of years, but, just.
Are you killing my office? Anyway, so
Taylor Swift popcorn. You know how I feel about the Swifties.
Taylor Swift popcorn basket. I'll never throw this away.
I am a non-Swiftie. If anybody knows me, I'm a non-Swiftie. Ew. Everybody knows that. I like some of her music, but that's a whole nother day to talk about.
Exactly. So here's a big one.
Do it.
Dealing with last-minute changes or requests from clients, and it disrupts the whole process. Like you get to the end and they'll be like, Terry, we're clear to close. And they'll be like, I want to put my sister on this loan.
Yeah. That's so funny. I had one that was clear to close. And they lived in another state. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I can't come to closing. What?
You can't come to closing?
So we had to do like a power attorney like the last minute. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Last minute changes. Like anything that you want your lender to know, your loan originator to know, tell them early. Tell them in the beginning.
You could have told me that 6 months ago.
Huh?
Could have told me that 6 months ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago. Oh, by the way, my uncle is going to pay the down payment at closing. Oh, by the way, I need my sister on this loan. Oh, by the way, whatever. You know, you don't want to ever say by the way. By the way is a bad word in lending. So you want to make sure that...
I've never heard that. By the way?
By the way. You don't want by the way.
By all means.
By all means. So those were the 10 pet peeves. But since you're here, why don't you tell us, if you could...
I keep looking down because I keep looking at my chin.
There's the camera right there. So tell us, if you could, anything else that our public should know about that you could think of?
You covered a lot, though. I mean, I think you covered the key points. But I think the main thing is communication. I was always big on communication.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to stay on top of things. You got to answer your clients. You got to be there for them. Even if they're a pain in the ass, man, you got to be their BFF.
I think one day that Donna's going to be a writer again, a loan originator again.
You think so?
I think it's in your future. Guys, you think it's in her future? I think it's in her future. So really, I think, you know what? There are some people out there who want to know how to get their license.
Oh, God. Let me tell you. All right, so so if you want to be a loan originator, you have to do the 20-hour course online.
It's only 20?
20 hours and an 8-hour and a 3-hour ethnics, I think it is. I think it's like 20 hours, 8 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. I did it during COVID. So you got to go through all that training online, which I guess was good because there was nothing else to do. So I did puzzles and training that's what I did during lockdown, right? Then you take the brutal test, which is a nightmare. I took my test the first time and I failed by 1 point.
Oh.
And I drank, I think, a bottle of wine.
I remember you were pretty distraught about failing the test.
Yeah. I might have smoked a pack of cigarettes that day, too. I don't even smoke, but I did that day. And then, I was like, my life is over.
I'll never be anything in life.
I'm just going to die. Crawl under a rock. I went through that whole stage. And so I took a week off.
So full disclosure,
And then, let me finish my story. It's a good story. I took a week off, right? And I just, went crazy. I stayed in my living room, my PJs, and drank wine for a week. Because that's all we could do. And then I dove back in and I studied. I just kept taking those tests over and over. Practice tests on those things are key. And I went back in and I took the test again and I passed. I remember I said a prayer before I hit submit. And then all I remember seeing was you passed. And I was like, Mother of God, I passed.
So after you passed, then what?
I drank a bottle of wine and smoked a pack of cigarettes to celebrate.
But when you pass the test, though, once you pass the test,
then you, I was licensed, right? No, I had to wait for my license. Department of State, right? I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. It wasn't that long ago, but it's long ago. But I had to apply to the State Department of Finance. Mm-hmm. It took me a year.
Oh my God, that was a long time.
A whole year. I'm literally from November of the year before to the following year. I was just, it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But it was COVID too, though.
COVID.
A lot of things were shut down. People weren't in their offices. It was hard to get anything
it was
done.
Terrible. But, and people were just like, it's here. It was just like months would go by. But I think we finally wrote a letter to the governor. And they actually answered us.
I was just going to say.
And the CEO of DFS, the scariest person on earth, I forgot her name.
I can't.
But
we
she's
need to
very
remember
scary.
her name. We need to send her flowers.
And oh my gosh, I know. I hope she's not watching.
She's going to say, she's going to say, all I did for you and you quit.
I know. She got on my case, and then actually so I was officially licensed in November, and she called me like the end of September, and she's like, "All right, listen, you're all set, but if I give you your license today, you're going to have to do your CE credits unless you want to wait another 30 days." Like, what's another 30 days? So I waited another 30 days, and I was licensed in November. But thank God we wrote to the governor.
That's me. See, I do things like I write to superintendents, I write to governors, I write to the CEO of your company. They'll mess with me. I'll write to anybody. But it gets the job done. If you want something done, you go to the top. Anyway.
That's what we did. But normally, I think now it's like 2 to 3 months, you'll get your license.
So yeah, I only wanted her to tell you that because if you are, so Donna, what I was going to say earlier before she cut me off, she worked out of the home for the first 8 or 9 years of our marriage, taking care of the kids, taking care of the home, being the CEO, the CFO, in charge, large and in charge type thing situation.
Large and in charge.
Right. So she was the Wright Wright
I'm
Inc.
large.
She was Wright Inc. And she decided to get back into the work field after Ivy became an adult.
Adult.
Ivy was self-sufficient, able to take care of herself. And so
That 1 year. I'm going 1 year old.
So I'm just saying that to anybody any wives or husbands out there who've been, a stay-at-home parent or, worked out of your home. You want to get back, you're a real estate agent or a mortgage loan originator.
It can happen.
It can happen, and it's I can say flexible schedule, but I won't say that you make your own schedule because customers make our schedule.
You got to be. You have to be available 7 days a week.
You have to be available all the time.
It's just the nature of the business.
But it's an option. You don't have to be poor. You can actually do one of these type of jobs and get out there and do it. So that's really the Real Estate Happy Hour, Donna Wright version, the edition. And we decided to do this live because we have a lot of friends on Facebook. We share a lot of friends on Facebook. And we just wanted to put it out there that we are available for questions about real estate, about mortgages. Donna can technically still talk about mortgages because she's still licensed. Now, how does it work? Do you keep your license?
Yes, I keep my license. So I still have my loan originator license. So if I'm not going to, but if I can technically originate a loan if I want to.
You can write one.
Claudia lets me. So I am still licensed. I still go through all the training and do my credits every year and, get my license. So I can still help borrowers and talk without, being non-compliant. So
and big shout out to Premium Mortgage and Claudia who allowed us to do this. I told Donna, I was like, make sure before you do this, you ask Claudia what you can and cannot say.
Here's the thing. I told Claudia and Claudia goes, you know what you have to say. What to tell you.
Well, Claudia,
and then she's like, I don't follow Chris anyways.
Very, very disappointing.
Someone that doesn't follow Chris Wright, I am.
She said I'm too much.
Well.
She said I'm too much. Am I too much? I might be too much for some of you.
I think so.
I'm a lot.
Are we done with our hour? We have nothing else.
We're not doing an hour. We're just doing we're giving the people what they want. Are you drunk yet? No. Then we're not done. No, I'm just joking. No. Anyway, guys, that's really it for today. I just wanted to bring her on here. I could have brought anybody on here. Why would I bring another loan originator on if I have one in my house? All right. So if you have any questions, comments, you want to say anything
I think
about,
we should do this monthly, right? And talk about different things.
So we talked about a monthly.
I need to spice up.
We can't do it every week with Donna because she's a lot. So maybe every quarter. Bi-monthly. I don't know if they can handle. Maybe once a month.
People are going to watch your podcast and be like, "Oh my God, who is that woman?" That's what they're going to say. Oh my God.
You got a little bit of Audrey?
Yes.
She's still here.
You would want us back monthly, but we can talk about other things and a little bit of business.
Okay.
Other
stuff. We'll have to monitor the pores.
Okay. I know.
Have to monitor the pores. Christmas pour,
upstairs.
Holiday pour.
That was a holiday pour.
She had a holiday pour. All right, guys, look, that's all we want to talk about. I will talk to you on the other side. Whether you watched it live, it will be recorded. It'll be on YouTube. I'll share it on Facebook, Instagram. I like to do the little clips and stuff like that. I think the clips are going to actually be fun.
Can you filter my fill-ins?
Filter. We're good. Oh, she's talking about fillers. She's still talking about, is this what happens when you get a certain age? I don't want to say your age.
I'm 50.
She is 50.
50.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. I will talk to you on the other side. Take care. Real Estate Happy Hour live version. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.